But if we really love God, I mean a real love, where God has captivated your heart. Has any of you had your heart stolen, captivated, where you've been mesmerized and confused? You ever had that kind of love? Rachel, say only Jesus. Confused. You ever been in confused love, captivated? Yes, Suzanne. Suzanne is, yeah, I like that. Where you, Bazud is the word I'm looking for. You chopper, you total bay. You ever heard total bay? That's a word too. That's patois, I think, total bay. You're total bay over the man or woman. You're confused. It's like, you have I have experienced that with my husband when we were dating. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, most married people I would hope was total based sometime. You know what I mean? You know, let me tell you, it's nice to stay total bay, yeah, but that's tiring, boy. That's work. To stay in that constant state of captivation and dotishness, that's real tiring, like, exhausting. so, so love is there, still passionate, but it's manifested a little differently, as you get older. As you reach 20 years in marriage, your heart will get tired with all that passion. Right? No, but you don't understand the kind of love I'm talking about. How many of you believe you can have that for Jesus? Please be honest with me. If you don't think so, it's unfortunate. But you know what's unfortunate too? I said that kind of love is exhausting if you stay in it for 20 years. I remember when I first gave my life to Christ, it was like that. Everything else disturbed me but being with God. Everything else was a hindrance. I was in school at the time. And hear what I used to be thinking in class. Why do I have to sit here and listen to this? I would prefer to be home reading my Bible or being in church. Or I used to feel like school was bothering me. That's how I felt. Anything else. So what I used to do during class, I would actually talk to people about Christ. Break time, I talking to you about Christ. And this is primary school. I was in standard 5. Well, it was started in standard 5 and then, 4 and then, 5, right? And then secondary school mash you up, just mash you up, right? You just, yeah. Well, mash me up. Yeah. But it was a passionate love. And then it happened again in my late teens, somewhere in between, no, closer to my early 20s, late teens, where you're just consumed with God and everything else was a bother. My thinking was, why bother to educate myself? Why bother to, I'm not saying it was a good thinking, right? Because to me, I was seeing myself just serving God, doing whatever, ministry, and everything else. I remember my first boyfriend, we used to spend a lot of time together, and I knew that I actually felt that he was taking the place of Jesus in my life. That's how I started to feel. Like, why am I my thoughts so consumed now with him? And why I'm not spending as much time with God. I don't read I used to feel, I was actually feeling like, he's pulling me away. So it was the love that I had for God then. It was a real passionate kind of love where I didn't want anything else to take the place. Nothing, that I would fight for his love. And if you're not experiencing that, if that's not the kind of love, if you feel you cannot have that kind of love for God, then I would want you to experience it because it's a beautiful thing. It's a real love. And it could keep you. It could sustain you in your life. It brings you to a place where, like when you're in love, you don't eat. When it's new, when it's fresh, again, imagine I in that state right through Marlon. Why go if I ain't eating? I can't, eh? And since have a time when you can't even eat, come now, let's be honest with me now, when you're in love. Thank you, Patrina. Kyle, no? You love your belly more. I know what I'm talking about. Suzanne knows and Marlon, you know too, eh? Love. Where you don't even feel to eat. Right? You're just consumed by love. And it's the same way with God. In fact, even more so. Certain things just don't matter. You realize that you found life. And every time you draw from the life, you get more. Every time you go to the well, there's more. You're always satisfied. So listen, when you have that kind of love with God, it keeps you, nothing can take you away, If you have that sort of passionate love. What's going to pull me away from everything? From that love that I experienced, from that, always being able to go and get more. Draw and draw. Every time you draw, you get. Never empty that. But it's like Jesus is able to satisfy you continually if you would allow him to, right?